Hello, Pisces. Welcome to Conversations with Sakina and your snapshot for the month of November 2024 as to what may be going on for you. This time around, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to use the Feng Shui Bagua to look at the 9 categories. I'm going to pull one card for each of those categories for you for the month of November. So let's take a look at what's going on. The first category we're going to cover is wealth and abundance. Let's see what we're given here. We have the Page of Wands. Now this is talking about perhaps getting some kind of a creative learning boost here when it comes to wealth, building your wealth, or your abundance. Now, abundance can be a lot of things. You can have an abundance of creativity. You can have an abundance of wealth. You can have an abundance of ideas. You can have an abundance of beliefs. I mean, abundance goes a long way in a lot of different ways. With the Page of Wands, this is a creative card. It is a card that talks about starting something creative for yourself in the month of November. Something that you feel is going to maybe bring some wealth. Maybe it's a business you would like to start, but you need to learn something about it first. Learn what you need to do to be creative, to build this business, or whatever this is for you. You need to learn to be creative in such a way to bring the wealth and abundance to you. Take a look at things, is what you're thinking about, what you're planning, do you know enough about it? And is it something that people would really enjoy? So that's something to look into in the month of November in the wealth and abundance department. And next comes fame and reputation. Split the deck here. We have the 6 of Cups. So in looking at this card, I feel like this is saying that you're not really interested necessarily in fame. Or, well, I suppose reputation you would be interested in, only that you have one that offers up love and caring for other people. The 6 of Cups is kind of a nostalgia card, but it's also harmony of emotions. Feeling good about who you are and feeling good about how you are with other people and feeling very peaceful in knowing that they feel very good about you. This also can be, being its fame and reputation, what you're known for could very well, if you're really not sure about what you might want to do, this is about going back into your memories, back to childhood and discovering something that perhaps you absolutely loved doing, because a lot of times you can move that forward into your adult life and realize that that's probably what you were meant to be doing all along. So Pisces, that covers the fame and reputation area. Moving on to love and marriage. And since not all of my Pisces people are single and not all of them are married, we're going to have to cover it in both ways here. Okay. Split the deck. I don't have to split the deck each time, but I'm just feeling called to do that. So bear with me, please. All right, so we have the 4 of Coins in love and marriage. I feel like there are those of you, and this can go for single and married people, okay? I feel like for some of you, this is saying that you're holding on to things, to the relationship, far too tightly. And people who are very jealous people have a tendency to do that. They want to hold on. Or those people who have lost a loved one somehow, to either another living person or to death, hang on far too tightly to those people that they care and love for. So I feel like where love and marriage is concerned here, I feel like this card is saying kind of release a little bit. Take a look at how stable and how wonderful it is right now for you. And again, this if you're single, and this can tend to say that you're holding on to being single because, oh my goodness, you don't want to give up that single lifestyle. Nothing wrong with that. Truly, there's not. But when you hold on that tightly, if there is another opportunity that comes forth, you'll never see it. And it might be where Spirit feels you should be. It might bring a person into your life that doesn't necessarily have to be a marriage situation. It can just be someone that you love dearly, a best friend, a mentor, that kind of thing. And if you're holding on too tightly to, I can do it all by myself, I'm single, I'm this, I'm that, you may miss that opportunity with that other person. In the marriage department, again, it's probably a good idea in November to take a look at how good things are right now. Just kind of give it a rest when it comes to feeling like you have to control everything, like you have to hold on to life as though it's going to go away tomorrow. And of course it could. We all know that. But that's not the way we want to live, Pisces. And look at his face. He has all this money and he's very satisfied with what he has. And you don't see him trying to pull more money out of the air. He's just holding that and feeling very satisfied. Apparently very stable about his position at this time. So I believe this is telling you, whether you are single or married, that this is a very stable time in the month of November. And if any of the other aspects that I offered to you from this card mean anything, then you know intuitively where you need to go or what you need to do. All right, so now we're looking into family, and this means physical family as well as family beyond the veil, which means deceased loved ones and ancestors. So let's see, Pisces, where this goes. We have the Knight of Cups. And I feel like with those of you who are working with living family, I feel like this is something you're exploring, actually trying to get closer, perhaps, to the family that is living. Maybe you have brothers and sisters that you haven't talked to in a long time and you're kind of feeling like you maybe should. If that's how you feel in the month of November, absolutely do exactly that. Follow your intuition with this. This could also be someone who would like to explore using their intuition to communicate with those in spirit, whether this be past loved ones or ancestors, wanting to do that and loving the idea. It opens up a whole new aspect of family and allows you to get closer no matter which way you do it. So if it is physical family that you're trying to get close to, again, use your intuition, especially if there's been kind of a gap in the relationship. Use your intuition to know how far to push, how far to explore, and where love will lead you. Not everybody is accepting, of that. However, they may be very, very glad to hear from you in both instances, both physically and in spirit. So next is health and well-being, Pisces, and I am not a doctor, so if you do have anything mentally, emotional, physical, or spiritual that is causing you issue, it might be a good idea to see a professional. Let's see what the cards have to share. Health and well-being. We have the Hanged Man. And this is a card of having a different perspective. So if there is something that is going not quite right for you in any of those, the mental, emotional, physical aspect of things, it might be a good idea to, perhaps this is saying, get a second opinion. It's also a card of surrender, and maybe it's saying, you know, surrender whatever problem up to the universe and let go and let God, I guess, is another way that this card can be taken. Let go and let God. So just let the universe take over all the issue and see where it takes you. And this is also a card of raising your vibration. This person has raised themselves up above the ground, hanging from a tree. And this is not to do this actually in physical, real life. This is just mentally in your mind, turning things upside down. Hanging yourself upside down in this way and allowing enlightenment to take place. You're seeing things from a whole new perspective. It might give you, you know, a whole new idea as to if there's any of the mental, emotional, physical things going on, even spiritually, what you can do about it. A whole new perspective, something, a light bulb moment, an aha moment. All right, so Pisces, moving on to children and creativity. And if you don't have children, we will just be covering creativity for you. All right. We have the Lovers card. Now, if you have children, this is a card of connection, a card of very deep connection, learning to have a very deep connection with your children or your child in the month of November, working on that relationship. This is also a card of choice, and perhaps this is trying to determine whether or not you would like to have children, whether you want to bring children into this world, if you want to have that kind of a relationship. Do you want to be a mother? Do you want to be a father? It's a choice. And with creativity, well, one others with children here, this could also be, because the Lover's card is also a deep connection, this could also be a connection to a past loved one, a past child. Okay? And pursuing that in the month of November. Creativity-wise, we're looking at making a choice as to what really makes you feel connected. What kind of creative activity can you do that makes you feel rooted to the earth, that makes you feel solid and strong and excited about life? All right, so let's take a look at knowledge and skills. Sorry about that, I sneezed. Knowledge and skills, Pisces. We have strength. All right, so I feel as though what you have accomplished so far in life, Pisces, there are knowledge and skills that you have that maybe you're not feeling as though they're as strong as you would like them to be. There might be a job coming up where, you know, you need to put a little effort into strengthening the skills that are required for that job. This is a strength card that says whatever knowledge and skills that you have, you can strengthen them if that's what you'd like to do, and you can add to them as well. you have guides, a spirit team that is willing to help you with strengthening these skills. They're standing by your side at all times. So they're willing to help you strengthen these skills. And this could be taking a class to enhance the skills you already have. It could be reading a book. It could be listening to an audiobook. Whatever way that you need to bring your knowledge and your skills to a little bit higher level. That's what this is talking about. So next is career and life path, Pisces. So let's see what it has to say about that. So we have the Seven of Cups. Okay. I feel like you are one of those people, Pisces, or at least some of you are, that has a lot of choices, that has learned a lot of things in their lifetime, kind of like a lifetime learner, a lifetime student, and you have so many things that you could do. So many things that you could do for your career. And you're maybe having a little bit of a difficult time trying to figure out what that might be. Now, in this case, I think the career and the life path are kind of intermixed because we don't just have one life path. We have many little mini things that create a life path. So all of these things may come together in one specific large thing in November. But I don't think so. I think you're meant to make some kind of a choice. But in making your choice, Pisces, this needs to be a choice that builds a foundation that is very, very solid, okay, in the physical sense and also in emotional sense. You need to be really happy, really pleased with whatever choice you make for your career, okay? And if it is that, it will allow you to grow emotionally, physically. It's just going to be something that you will be able to grow with, that you're not stifled in. And I just think, that there might be Pisces who don't feel like they have all that many choices, but I think if you actually sat down and made a list of all the things you can do, you might find this card is pretty accurate. Okay, and the last category is travel and helpful people. And this helpful people is concerning like mentors, business partnerships, that kind of thing. All right, let's see what we have here. We have the Queen of Wands. Okay, so where travel is concerned, I feel like this is probably not the best time for you to travel. She's sitting on her throne. She looks pretty solid sitting there, and so I think travel is probably not a great idea in the month of November, at least not huge travel. I know for like the United States, there's Thanksgiving, okay to travel for that, but not any big traveling experiences. As for helpful people, as the Queen of Wands, I feel like you are maybe in need of someone that can be brutally honest with you. Or you may meet somebody who is brutally honest with you in the month of November. And you will find at first you might feel as though they've really stepped over the line, but I think you are going to very much appreciate how honest they can be. And, some of these honest people, brutally honest people, can say things in such a way that you don't feel taken aback by what they've said. It's just enough to make you start thinking versus being insulted or, I can't believe they said that to me, that kind of thing. But I feel as though you're going to meet somebody like this in November, and you're being asked to be open to this experience. Okay, Pisces, that is what the month of November 2024 is sharing here, so let's see what happens with it. Until next time, take care.